Yeah, and we are live. And this is Mike, Seed, and Dan, and Peter. And this is the weekend collaborations. I have a little bit of background noise. I don't know whether it's too much.
Uh,
Um, yeah, so
Are you away from him right now?
yeah, I'm away from home.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's what was I going to say? I was going to try and introduce Seed to what we are doing. Currently, we are working on the uh, Symphonies project. I can share the URL on the chat. And oh, I put it on the YouTube chat. And on this, we are just building an application to link performing music artists to so that they can do performances and donate to various
Hey, Mike, I think you cut out. Hello?
and it can get you started. And yeah, you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Maybe I need to relocate a bit. You guys can go ahead, then I'll relocate in like 10 minutes, like 5 minutes. I'll be back.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, so yeah, he might not have heard. I think he cut out there, but yeah. So the Sync for Needs, it allows people to well, so artists can put on performances uh, for various causes that they're interested in raising money. This website allows you to um, check out all the performances and buy tickets to the shows and see what causes are related to that. Let me see if I can spin it up real quick.
Yeah, we can't hear you sit still.
Well, I pulled up the website, but I just realized I can't share it. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's working.
Yeah. So right now
Okay.
it's a working project, but so we've got some stuff developed.
Yeah, I think almost all of the pages actually are in a good starting point.
Yeah.
Except the home page, which is we are still waiting for mockup to be ready. But otherwise, most of the pages, also nested pages like individual cause pages and individual performance pages are exactly now we are doing actually the performance page, but individual page level sites are ready as well. So
yeah,
the
artist, we have the artist.
Yeah, those are not working then, so you need to do manually.
Yeah.
Or not yet. So since everything is now not connected to the server yet, then.
But yeah, so that's what we're working on. We just got this authentication started up.
Yeah. We're using Google Authentication, but that's not connected to the server as well. So it's only using Redux, like the Redux store, basically.
Mm.
I'm working on the performance carousel ticket currently.
Okay.
And I let you guys doing if you want, bumping up the test coverage.
Okay.
In the meantime.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm just copying a lot of stuff, so it's not that interesting actually the building up this page, because we are copying a lot of stuff over from the cause page. Otherwise, it could be interesting to show, but in this case, it's not that interesting. So it's just a lot of I it's so easy to just make a mistake by okay, I forgot to copy this or forgot to copy that.
Oh yeah.
So
let's see. So I will start on the Google Auth test coverage.
Mm-hmm. I think as soon as I copy the cause carousel into performance carousel, there will be also, I think, probably you already made some progress on the cause carousel test coverage. So I think that can be also implemented on the performance carousel. And I think at some point, of course, we need the carousel component as a alone something, but let's wait for that. Because now we are duplicating something that is the same. But we can leave it for later for refactoring.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that it's okay to duplicate once and then.
Yeah, it's just once. So like we did with the pagination. So we actually not even. I think we used it 3 times before we made a separate component. So
yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah.
So let me start off.
Yeah, I'm back, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't shut down my computer, and I had done struggling with sharing.
Huh?
Yeah. So then you're starting on the Google Auth component.
Yeah.
Nice.
For me, I'm working on the performance carousel.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
the plan.
Yeah, I think Seed was asking. Oh yeah, then you responded.
Yeah, we couldn't hear
Asking
him
if
at
you could
all.
hear him. Okay.
Did you have a session before? Like,
Yeah, but he didn't manage to get his mic working as well.
okay.
Yeah, we had a little session doing a leak code problem.
How was the algorithms session?
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. I hope we have many more. It's okay, Sid. I think you can just type on the chat in case of anything.
Yep.
Currently, I think Dan is driving on. I don't know if you can see what's on Dan's screen. Dan, can you make it a little bit bigger? Command plus.
Yeah.
Or something.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, how's that?
Yeah, that's better.
Better or
Yeah.
more?
I think it's okay. So maybe you can just hide the window on the left. Or maybe you can make it smaller, the navigation thing on the left. Yeah, that's better.
Ready? So I want to test this component. And it's going to be difficult because there's nothing to copy. Well, I don't know. I can probably copy any component and just start there. But I like to have something to copy with my tests. But so what's the Google Auth component do? It renders a button. It renders the Google sign in with Google button and the sign out button. And it uses the Google API for OAuth 2 and make some calls to that. Like this GAPI window scoped object. So maybe I'd test two things: that it calls load with the correct arguments, and then that it shows the correct button based on whether the user signed in or signed out. Well,
that's a state.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. And maybe just to confirm, what does the code coverage thing say about what we should test? Is it the same thing that we are thinking of?
Oh, well, Let's see.
Yeah, Sid is saying he has experience with Elix and Phoenix.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we need to start working on the back end at some time so that we can get our feet wet, or at least I can. I know, Mike, you've already done a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be nice to get those artists to be created, those performances to be created, and all this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's get that administration part ready. You know, like people can get registered. You know, like they can log in, sign up, all this stuff. Artists, causes, everything. I think causes are kind of a hand-holding. Right, like I think causes at first should be registered manually.
We have a failing test.
We have a failing test.
Oh, it's
the one you just added. It's an empty. You don't have a describe.
Empty test. Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, I think you need a describe block.
Okay. So yeah, basically it says test everything. 37, 41, 47, 48. Okay.
So
need everything.
Yeah. So Sid is requesting on the chat if you can get background about the project and yeah. So the Symphony project, I don't know if Dan like showed a little bit of this, but what the project is about is connecting performing artists like Beyonce and any local artists in your area. Like in my area, there's this guy called Rabbit, maybe. So we want to link them to charities so that they can do performances, and then those performances help to fund a given cause. Also, it's about donating to these causes. So guys who are maybe able to contribute money or maybe any other form of contribution can give their donations to the given charities. Sort of like what fundme.org does. But now this is focused mainly on artists giving out their performances when they are, and then their performances. It's GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Yeah, GoFundMe. I think you create something that you want to do, and then that something has people donating towards it. Like if they want to support some medical thing or hospital bill or something, we just create the course and then people fund that. The difference with this is that now we have these organizations that run specific charities, and we want to help these organizations raise money. For example, if UNICEF is doing something to deal with the environment, so they can create their course, and then some artists can come and perform, and people will go to these concerts, and after people go to those concerts, some money is raised because people will buy tickets to these concerts and something like that. So I don't know if Dan, you can be able to show maybe I think maybe you already did this. So for example, this is the artist page. So here we track the artists that perform in these performances. So we can have an artist and the performances that maybe they have offered to go to, and maybe the amount of money that they've raised, and the causes that they support, and something like that. And then maybe related artists, maybe the artists they've performed with together, and all that stuff. And then we have the causes. So the courses are what courses are actually being supported. So these are just test data. So Go Blue on World Children's Day, Go Blue on World Children's Day, it's funded by UNICEF and stuff like that. And then people can donate to these courses, and those are trending courses. And also you can filter into one specific course. So you can see whatever is going on with that specific course, and that, and the charity that's supporting the cause, about the cause, and the artists that are supporting the cause, and the related causes, if you want something that's close to you. And then after the courses, we have the performances. And for the performances, I think it's actually what Peter is currently working on specific performance now, and these performances are just whatever concerts that are going on. So maybe Beyonce is performing on some concert, and people want to go and attend that performance. Maybe Women of Faith are performing somewhere to support a cause. So yeah, these are just performances that are there. And then I think that's pretty much it for now. And we have the contact us page and the home and about. Yeah. So currently the backend, I think we've only done a few things with the artists, and there are a few PRs for the courses and performances, and they're still work in progress, pull requests. And yep, it will be nice actually to pair with someone on those. If you're available, maybe during whenever you're available, we can plan pairing sessions for the backend. And then also on the front end, there are some mock-ups that we are still coming up. We are still trying to do stuff on. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I don't know if you have any questions, and any of us can, or maybe Dan and Peter have anything to add. Yeah.
No, it was really great.
So
Mike.
currently,
Yeah, sorry. No, I think yeah, he says he will look in the backend. I think we need so we started with the front end because we were more familiar with React, I think, when we started it out.
Yep.
But Mike and Dan, they were into more also to the backend side more than myself, because yeah, it's a personal story. But because I had no idea on Elixir and Phoenix, so we need obviously help on both parts actually. So more on the mostly now we are more advanced on the front end, but just because we were more familiar with it. So on the back end we were kind of more behind, but that yeah. So we need whichever you prefer more. So
yeah, nice. And I think it's looking at so currently I think what Dan is driving on is we did some Google authentication on the front end a few weeks ago, and if you run our code coverage, you'll find that whatever Dan is displaying on his screen, the Google Auth.js component, it's not been tested. It's in red. So we are going to be working with Dan on making adding tests to that regard. Yeah, and I think that's what we are on right now. Yeah, so Dan was just saying earlier that he's going to test if the button change, if something changes when someone is logged in or not. And yeah, I think we are just going to write tests right now around that component, because our goal is also to have 100% test coverage, though it never means that that we have good tests, but at least it means that we have tests. And yeah, that's something that we are working on. And yesterday we dropped it from 90% to 80. So we are working on moving it back up. Yeah.
Really, we dropped it to 80.
Yeah, it dropped to 80, but I
Oh.
think we made some changes, and then maybe it has changed again.
Okay.
Yeah, I think after we made my PR and dance, I think now it's back to 90.
Nice.
Yeah,
we have
and
a small
can...
badge just for seeds. So we have a badge on the repo, so you can see our current text coverage level.
Yeah, and
we are working in we have a ticket system also, right? So we have a like pre-made templates on GitHub. Previously, we tried to make work the. I already forgot what was that. What was the name of the ticket manager?
Waffle.
No, but after we changed it.
ZenHub.
ZenHub, yeah. So we are rarely. I think we are rarely visiting that as well, but.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I think mostly we use just the GitHub issues to pick issue, because there are normally a few issues to be worked on, because I think we are developing them as they come. So GitHub issues is good enough for now. We don't have so much issues. And yeah, so Dan is just importing stuff.
Oops.
So Dan, you want to be kind enough and share your fun? You want to share some fun with us?
Yep. Yeah, so I'm just doing a basic test with, I don't know, we're using Jest and Enzyme to test our React components. And this is following like a basic recipe that we have. Is we're just we make a describe with the component and just test the parts of the component that will bump up our coverage here. So it looks like it's saying starting at line 37, but I wonder, do we not have to test for all this stuff? Like these lines don't matter in the coverage, or?
I think the function declarations, that's what they mean.
Okay.
I don't know. So 27, we are declaring something, so I don't know. So I think maybe it's the function call, maybe. So
Yeah.
that's when you call the sign in.
So,
So maybe they want us to test that we are calling sign in.
yep. So it handles um,
And Seed we normally use VS Code because it has VS Code live share.
yep.
Just a moment.
Okay, so let's see, how do I test this? have a typo here.
Where? Sorry.
Oh, it's because I defined it in before each.
Oh, you need outside as well. Yeah. Mike is in the meantime reviewing my PR for the carousel,
Carousel, yeah.
so I can do the performance bio after. Bio details, sorry.
Oh yeah, so I see you even added the tests for the mocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but as you said, maybe we need to create. Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, I it's a next step, next separation, right? So that's yeah, actually you were away when we were discussing with Dan that let's duplicate by now and refactor when we see how this carousel is gonna really work.
Okay.
I mean, because this page seems to
You remember that thing? Instead of dry, it was right.
Oh yeah.
Twice.
Yeah. What was it?
Do it twice. Do it twice. Oh. I don't know.
I remember.
Yeah. So I think I'm just going to merge this one because
okay.
Yeah, the tests are the what's it called? Travis is passing and
CI.
Yeah, Travis is passing, and I see it's just similar tests, and you have the screenshot.
Yeah. All right. Then I move on to performance bio detail.
So Dan, sorry, I was on a phone call. So I see you created you're creating the wrapper, and you're mocking the sign-in function.
Sign in and sign out. Yeah. The auth. It's auth dot sign in. So yeah, these call this dot auth dot sign in, this dot auth dot sign out. So I want to mock those because this auth is this dot auth is basically the API call.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to mock it and then check that it was called once down here. Let's try this test out. Failed. Cannot read property find of undefined. Huh? Google auth wrapper is undefined.
Cannot read property find of undefined.
Yeah. That's odd. Did I do something wrong here? Let me try this. Wait a minute. Oh, the store.
So
Okay. I need to wrap this in a provider.
oh,
I guess.
how did you come to that deduction?
So I just put the Google Auth wrapper. I just shallow mounted it right here. So
Yeah.
now it's saying invariant violation could not find store in context of connect Google Auth. So I think we need, does this mean we need to use mount instead of shallow mount? Because shallow only mounts like the very top level component.
I'm sorry. I think I was concentrating on some typing. What did you ask?
So if I had to wrap this in a provider, then I would have to use mount because it would only mounts the shallow only mounts the top level component, right?
Component. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Shallow doesn't. It only mounts the top level one.
Change that to mount. Change this to mount.
So you haven't created the store. We need to import mock store. Maybe you can start a live share and I can type a few of the stuff.
Okay.
Thanks. So Sid, you can join our live share as well. Stay on the chat in case you have VS Code.
No, 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 no.
Unexpected reserved word let.
Yeah, we need to import configure store, right?
Yeah. Mockstore, I think. Is it?
I think it's
Configure.
mock store. Do we need
Yeah.
mock store?
We are mocking the store. We're not configuring it.
Okay.
I think
I mean, we don't really need to mock the store, do we? If we're going to.
we don't in the test we don't need the real store. Or how is
Okay.
that? I'm not sure if that's how to make that decision though. So our provider will file, you will pass a mocked store to our provider.
Do we still need configure store to? Okay, I guess not. So import.
Let me just confirm with the artist one.
Okay.
So yeah, we need configure mock store from Redux mock store. Then we just need provider from React Redux.
Okay.
Then our store will be for configure mock store.
Is this supposed to be a default, or like do I need to use the curly braces?
Yeah, I think you need to use the curly braces. No, you don't. You don't need the curly braces. Configure mock store. I think you need a small c. And do we need thunk?
Do we need thunk? I guess if we're using the mock store, then let me see. So what are we testing here? This checks that it's calling this .os sign in, which is just a mock, so it doesn't. So we don't need. No, we don't need thunk.
And do these things need to be within the describe? Like all these from line 7 to 13? Or why do you have them outside the describe?
Oh, I don't know. Good question.
Yeah, I think we need to move them inside the describe, but outside the it. So like the before each would be for each it block, not each describe.
Okay. Well, that's probably why I was having problems earlier. Oh.
Still. But maybe, I don't know. Let me see. For the mock store, I see in the mock store and yeah, I think some of these need to be outside, and then we do them in the. Yeah, maybe I'll move them. So the store. So we'll have const mock store outside here. I'm not sure what's supposed to be inside there. Then we have let store. And then in the before each, we have store. Configure. And pass and empty that. Yeah. But it's still.
So
Yeah.
in this provider, what should the store be equal to?
Store.
Should have the mock store in there.
I just declared on line 16.
We got
a store that takes empty. Yeah.
Okay, store equals mock store.
So I don't know why they're saying mock store is never used, yet we use it here. Actually, that's how you can see in the artists. I don't know.
Canary property is signed in of undefined.
So Dan, what are we? Oh yeah, Peter has asked me something. Let me see.
State.authentication.is signed in. So it's saying the state.authentication is undefined. And I guess that's because it's using the mock store instead of the real store. So
Okay.
I guess. I mean, I don't really know. So do we need to pass something into mock store? This mock store call?
Only if it's if it uses
Oh, okay, gotcha. If
yeah.
you use this middlewares.
Yeah, middlewares.
Let's
Yeah.
check, get the
Peter is really moving at a fast speed. Yeah, he's flying, you know.
do what?
Yeah, we are cooking, guys. We are cooking.
Yeah, Peter is really flying. Yeah. He should.
I have an idea actually how we can modify the top part of the mockup. So, yeah, if you can just take over maybe for a moment the screen.
Okay, go ahead. Are you sharing?
Yes, now I think. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So my idea is because this one is a bit out of the place. So my suggestion may be that we can leave this part as it is, like awesome performance, whatever the performance is, and the artist, and that's fine, and also the donation value currently. But maybe this part can be like buy tickets instead of donate today. So or something like that to maybe rephrase this button to trigger that you can donate this by buying tickets or tickets, you know. So it's like buy a ticket to donate to this cause or something, like like, I don't know, to increase the donation or something like this. And then we can still keep the same. And that would trigger to scroll down to this part, or we can move up actually this part here. That's also fine. And yeah, this is like still under discussion. Like we don't need donate, we need buy ticket or something like that.
Yeah.
So that will maintain what we have. We'll just change the wording.
Yeah, here. Yeah, and this would, because it's fine to show how much, because this is gonna be an overall data. So if one cause is supported by multiple performances, this is gonna show all like the aggregated data. So yeah, it just looks nicer, I think, in the end, that the value is gonna be bigger than the individual performance. And then we just change basically the button to be more ticket focused, like donate, I don't know, buy tickets to donate or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
It's a bit tricky. Yeah.
So it sends the message that you're donating while you're buying a ticket.
Yeah, that's something.
So it's clear both ways.
Yeah,
I think the other way we were thinking of just having a buy ticket, and that would be the donation.
Yeah, that's not clear that the ticket is actually part of the donation.
Yeah.
And then we can also move this part maybe up here. So instead of these things, like supported causes is not relevant anymore. And the studio recording, I had a talk with Rashid that this is a separate event. So like a performance can be anything. So if it's a studio recording, then it's a studio recording event by whatever artist. So it's not part of the event itself. That like it can be anything, any performance. Like if it's a, I don't know, it's a meet and greet with Beyonce, then it's a meet and greet. But like this is not necessary. So this part is gonna be out, and this is not gonna be recent donors, but it's gonna be like who is attending or something like that. That we discussed yesterday, and it's gonna move up. Yeah. Or this can move up, and then it's gonna be underneath. So let's see. But this is still, yeah.
So what goes where you have that?
Yes. Yeah, this is still under, I think, discussion. Like, what is this? Like, how is, because we don't need two buttons. We will need probably one, like buy ticket, and then this is like a ticket description, like type of ticket, like single ticket. This can be like a, I don't know, like a with a small VIP, and this like this, that can be a discount.
Someone else.
Yeah,
or something.
Exactly. Group ticket and this kind of And we don't need this open value probably. So there will be fixed amount of tickets and fixed values with prices. So we don't need an open account, open number, whatever. So, but I'm not sure. Maybe this should be moved up here so it's close to each other, and then we might not even need this part, because then these are the tickets.
Yeah.
I'm wondering. Yeah, maybe let's do that. So this is not going to be here. This is gonna be up here, and then the recent donors will be under this part, like this part. Like not the recent donors, but like who is attending.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is the only thing I wanted, so I'm gonna stop sharing.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to make that.
Back
But
to you.
yeah, sorry. You are in the show.
Yeah. So, Dan, did we use the middleware? Okay, maybe I just check.
Yeah, maybe we should just change, do it like it's done in the artist test.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. So, do I import thunk?
Yep. Redux sunk.
Redux thunk or
Redux sunk. Yeah.
so I
No,
import
Redux.
Redux thunk. Yeah.
No, import thunk from Redux sunk.
Okay.
Oh, no curly braces though.
Yeah. Do we really need this one up here? Line 13. Yeah, I
Which
see
one?
it's there on line 13. I see it's there. It has this quickly. Oh, it's signed available but never used. Okay, yeah.
What is?
I was wondering about line 13, but I think it's okay.
Let's see. See if that helps. No, it still says cannot read property is signed in of undefined. And it's state.authentication.is signed in. I don't know though, because
So
state like it works when we did it in the artist test, even though the artist test has a component that the Connect uses a map state to props function that references state.artists. So state.artists is there. I don't know.
So in the artists, you say you call it artists. Yeah, I'm like the Brits. I say artists.
Huh?
So midwise equals tank mockstar equals configure mockstar midwise. Then describe artists. Let wrapper props equals this. But we don't have props. Do we have props? Because it's called from the props, the Google Auth thing.
The Google Auth thing.
Is it not called from the props, or it's just called these?
It's web called from the props.
Maybe I'll look at your screen. If you go to the, it's just called auth.signing. You don't do this props.auth in the Google Auth the JS.
Yeah, but that's sys.props.sign in and sign out, and this.props is signed in, but it's not complaining about that. It's complaining about this right here. This is in Google Auth.js, where this is the map state to props function.
Mm.
And it's the connect part of Google Auth that's where the error happens. So down here, now state to props. And it's saying state.authentication.is signed in, authentication, state.authentication is undefined.
Okay.
Let's see here. Maybe it's a problem with the actual component. I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
Let's see.
So map state to prop state in state. And it says it's signed in. I was just reading the map state to props function. It takes in the state and it assigns state the authentication that is signed in. So
so there's, in the combined reducers, we have authentication right there. So it should be loaded into the state.authentication should be not defined. And then
is it because it's called authentication here and maybe we are not using it as authentication? Maybe we are just using auth.
No, it's state dot authentication. See,
Okay.
let's go to the authentication reducer. Yeah, I don't know. Initial state starts out there. Is it because do we need to initialize state whenever we do the
Reducer.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we need to. Do we? Okay. Do we have any errors in the console? If maybe we try running this. Nope.
Mm-mm. Why are these?
Maybe let me. Maybe we need to Google this
Yeah.
React test Google Auth. So I could not find that. And maybe to send in as undefined. Yeah.
I went ahead and tried that, just putting the store instead of using mock store.
Oh, okay.
Not read property load of undefined. Window.gapi. Oh.
Click is not a function. Simulate click.
Oh, yeah.
Simulate and then the click inside as a parameter.
Found 0. Google loss wrapper. Find button. Let's see. Oh, it's probably null. Yeah. If this.props.is signed in equals null, return null. So can we pass is signed in as a prop? Well,
Yeah, you need to pass a prop.
I would. So how are we going to pass this prop?
So how to pass the prop? You can create a variable called prop, and then while you're creating your Google Auth component,
When
you can
it's
spread
not
it.
like when I create a wrapper, or
Yeah, when you're creating your wrapper, there while you're mounting, you can spread it.
but then so I guess we'd have to move that mounts into the body of the it statement, because on the other tests we're going to want it to be signed out, or we're going to want to be signed out sometimes.
But I think in this test also we want it to be signed in, and then after we've tested that it signs in, that's when we can test the sign out.
Right. But
Yeah, maybe that's correct. We can move that. We can mount it again inside of there.
I think that there might be, Enzyme might have a way to pass the props, like during the. Let me check the Enzyme documentation real quick.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. Let's
Pierre is on fire.
try set props. Oh, another PR.
Yeah. Let me just. Whoa. Yeah, let's wait for.
Let's wait for Travis.
Travis.
Yeah, I had to move out the component to a shared component because we can make a flexible component out of campaign, which I think it's already, so without duplicating the code again. So we're gonna benefit from this. Let's see if everything passing. Should be.
Yeah. So you moved.
So the campaign,
validation campaign. Okay.
yeah, the campaign was on the course page already, but without duplicating it, I just moved out to shared components because this can be easily switched between the two. I just added some extra prop types to the campaign component to serving both needs.
Okay.
So it can work also on the campaign or on the course page. It can work also on the performance page.
Oh. Organization and patterns. So the render buttons. Yeah, I see you got the Beyonce image. Yeah. I was like, I've never seen this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let's be authentic.
Yeah, let's be authentic. Nice. So render buttons. Ah, so people can change the.
Yep, with the prop they can change the layout.
Okay, makes sense.
Set props can only be called on the root. Ah, come on.
Oh, you're speaking of something else, Dan. Are you speaking of your suffering?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this is gonna work.
You think it's gonna work?
I don't think so.
Yeah, today I'm like the boss who's just merging PR so people suffer. Yeah, there's I think a problem with coverage. It dropped a little bit.
That's strange.
Maybe we can.
Yeah, we can
if
review.
yeah, if you run yarn test coverage in the first that you changed, maybe it can review.
It's on the campaign line 43.
Is it an easy fix? Or
Let's
do we
check.
just merge and then? Yeah. So then that's what I was saying. You could create a constant of props. Oh yeah, but where are you doing that inside of? Yeah, okay. I think that's okay.
Value must be omitted for Boolean attributes. Oh, I see.
Volume must be.
It's just a style thing. It's saying just do it signed in like that. Although
Okay.
I want it to be false. Actually.
Yeah, I think in that case you want it to be false. You type it.
There we go.
So we are still using the.
So yeah, I took the mount out of the before each and put it in here. Simulate. So it's still finding 0 nodes. It's not finding the button.
So you want to print the Google Auth wrapper?
Yes.
How is the going, Sid? Are you having fun on your own?
Google Auth wrapper dot.
Nice. Yeah, you probably need to make it
connect.
Okay, so it console.
That's why.
What would connect?
So Google Auth wrapper dot find button, and it doesn't find anything because there is no button because we have the provider and then connect and then, you know, like, well, actually, I don't know. Is it showing everything?
Sid, I think you can. Have you cloned the repo?
Div class name authentication.
Oh, like when you can't do a PR. That's what you mean. Yeah.
Stop render auth button.
Maybe. What's your GitHub username? Maybe I should add you as one of the contributors.
I think it's because of the Redux is changing the value.
What's that then?
I don't think we can just pass it as a prop here in the test, even because I have the store. It's hooked up. It's connected to the store, and the store is probably changing the value to null.
So you need to set state. You need to call set test. Set state.
Call set state.
Yeah, like yeah, I think I've found your username seed. Oh, I think I've seen this username somewhere. So settings. So I've just sent you an invite. See, I think I can get your username on Slack. I'm not sure if this is it.
What did I do?
Yeah, maybe I'll just share it. I don't know your username on Slack. So maybe I'll just share it here. Or maybe it's just sent you an email. Dan, what are we dealing with? Sorry.
Do what?
What are we dealing with?
Yeah, so I think what happened, so I tried to pass is signed in into the Google Auth component upon mount, right? And
yeah, appropriate.
I believe so. Then I did the debug of the component that was mounted, and here's what it has. It's just got an empty div. So what that's telling me is that this is signed in prop is getting changed by probably the
Yeah.
it's probably getting changed to null. I don't know. Because if it's null, then it doesn't show a button inside this div. Otherwise, it should show a button that's either sign in or sign out. So that's what I'm thinking. So what is it? What is the way to add default values, like to initialize the store with the there's a way to initialize the state that you want it to be at. How do we do that?
I think Redux does that for us. Like not like in the reducer.
No, there's that, but then there's another thing where you can pass it to the store initial state. And I think it's in the create store call, you can pass in an initial state, and I think that's what we need. But to do that, we couldn't use combine. We couldn't use configure store. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if that made sense to me either. But
So like right here in create store,
yeah,
you can actually pass an initial state, but I think that's what the initial state argument is for, is to basically change the initial state of the store to whatever you want.
okay.
So maybe.
So do you, maybe that is done in the root reducer, because that's why we call everything.
The root reducer is like that's basically we're combining all the reducers, and so we could.
I'm not sure. I'm just thinking out loud.
I don't know.
Oh, this is harder than I thought. So Google Auth wrapper, find button. Select link. We are not finding this button. So done.
Yep.
On line 20, when you load this component, like when you mount the component, does it not come with the default state for whatever props the component needed to have?
Yeah, but the default state is null. So it's, if you look at the authentication reducer,
Yeah, it's null, yes.
initial state is signed in null, and so that causes there to be no button that's rendered by default. But in this case, we need a button to click. Actually, we need the sign in button specifically, so that we can click that button, and then that'll test the on sign in click.
So what state is that makes the button be hidden?
Null. Is signed in is null. So
can we start it? Can we default it to false?
we can default it to false, but then that'll change the behavior of the. I mean, we wouldn't want to mess with the reducer, because we wanted by default to show no button. That's why we have the initial state of null. So we need to change it in the test, but not in the actual reducer.
Why would we not want to show the button by default? Oh yeah, because someone needs to sign up.
Yeah, I mean, you can show sign in button or whatever, but in the case that they're already signed in, now you have a sign in. So what's going to happen is somebody loads the page and they're going to see sign in, but they're already signed in. So then it's going to change to sign out. But it's if it's loading slowly, then they're going to see that sign in button, which is not good. Not good user experience, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. So we need to do like this dot set state, like is that not the way to change the state, the value in the state?
You can change the state. Well, remember, this is in the props. This gets passed down to the props of the component through. Or you're talking about changing the state in the Google Auth component?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so this is the render auth button. It looks at this dot props dot is signed in. So that's in the props that are passed down from the store.
Uh-huh. So if we have a state of assigned in set to true, map state to props will have is signed in as true.
Yeah, you'll have a prop is signed in true. Props dot is signed in would be equal to true.
So that's not what we want.
Well, we want it false, but how to get it there?
So, yeah, this.
I think we need to hydrate the state.
Hydrate the state?
Yeah, it's in this Redux, in the Redux doc when it's talking about creating the store. You can put in your own state, whatever. That doesn't have to be the defaults that the reducers determine as the initial state. It can be like whatever you want. But the problem is it's so maybe we
that creates it outside there. Yeah, we can try that out.
Yeah, okay. So here we're not going to import configure store. We're going to do create store.
Just a minute, I have to make a phone call.
All right.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey Mike, I couldn't move up the the test coverage for that one, so we need to have a look at this later.
Yeah, okay.
So if you can merge this in and open a separate ticket, maybe.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if it was an easy fix.
I tried
So
different things, but it didn't move up the coverage. I was trying different things to test, but that was not moving up anything.
Yeah, I think I will create I will create a ticket to like yesterday.
Okay.
So we can
have a look
bump
separately.
coverage of another.
Yeah. It's 92 still, so it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's good. Whose power is running out?
All right, guys, that was the day for me. I think next weekend I can finish the page. And probably I will ask Rashid already about the next, like the home page.
Okay.
And then we have them all.
Nice.
Then we need a lot of tinkering. But more importantly, if we can have the backend a little bit moving forward, that would be awesome.
Okay, nice.
Of course. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys. See you next week.
All right.
Okay.
See you later.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't think this is gonna work.
So you created the initial state, and then when you're creating the store, you're passing the initial state.
Yeah.
You don't want just to spread that, or maybe initial state equals. Okay.
It says in the documentation that it has to be a plain object with the same shape as what's in combined reducers. So that's why I put it that way, but I'm not really sure because I don't think that form is an object, just a plain object, and I don't know if it's gonna work.
But do we have a form?
Well, I'm just going based on the requirement that this object needs to be an object with the same shape as combined reducers.
Okay.
If you produced a reducer with combined reducers, it must be a plain object with the same shape as the keys passed to it. So in root reducer, we created with combined reducers with this shape. I mean, I could just it's getting really complicated. I don't know.
Yeah, it shouldn't be this complex just for a simple test. And now you're not using Tank?
I don't know. Well, let's see. So I passed in initial states the second argument. And then reducer preloaded state. There's no apply middleware.
So it's like you're creating the reducer, the
I'm doing everything from scratch. I'm like creating a store from scratch. And then this has only worked for one test, so even if it works, have to do it in this test and then do it again. No, it didn't work.
something. Apply middleware isn't a function.
It's not a function. Apply middleware. Create store Redux.
Yeah, so maybe you need to.
What? Well, it's React Redux, but that should be.
So provider, I think, will be from React Redux, but maybe create store.
Where's the store?
If you look for root reducer. Yeah, there. It's also
Apply
from.
middleware from Redux. Oh, create store, apply middleware from Redux.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm importing the whole world. Yeah.
Yeah. You need it for setup. So,
Can I read property sign in of undefined? Okay.
so wrapper is undefined.
What's undefined?
Oh, auth is undefined. Okay.
This dot auth. This dot auth. Here I have auth. Ah. Can I read property sign in of undefined? Same thing. So how do we mock this dot auth dot sign in? That's the question.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I
man.
thought how we did it. Yeah, I thought how we did it previously with the this dot auth equals to like auth const auth equals sign in. Yeah, maybe it needs us to do some more research as well for this week.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're at a.
And maybe this is this week I challenge myself not to let you beat me to it.
Yes. Do you want the? In that case, I think we need to have this code available for you to look at during the week.
Yeah, we can push it up. Yes.
I'll push it up as a work in progress. So when I do that, do I just like how do I do that?
How do you?
How do you like add the work in progress label on there? You just push it up as is, and then when you create the PR, you just change the title.
Yeah, I don't understand whatever you're saying. I was typing. So you're saying how do you do what?
Label it as a you put the WIP on
Yeah.
on your pull
Yes.
request. How do you did you
I
just
think I think what you do is just add the brackets and WIP on while you're creating the PR.
when you're creating? Okay.
Yeah, it's
I just
manual.
wanted to make sure you don't have to do anything special to. Okay.
No.
Yeah. So I'll push it up
Yeah.
and
Okay.
that way we can both look at it.
Yeah, sure. And then seed, I think we always want to branch from develop and create an issue for each and every PR that we do. So maybe you want to create another issue to add the user schema and create a branch for that. And
Yeah, and there's
yeah,
there's actually a naming convention for the
branches.
yeah. If you
I
look at
don't I don't think we have that on the backend. I don't know if we
really?
already have. Yeah, let me just see.
Never mind then.
Yeah, I think we do. setup, set your Phoenix server. No, setup.
Yeah. If you just look at the README and just follow the README instructions, whatever it says on there.
Yes, we have that.
And I think it's all in there. Everything
Yeah.
you need to know.
Can you guys hear me right now? Hello?
Hello,
Yeah,
I can hear you, but you're not so clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, kind of quiet, but
Yeah, hi. Sorry for the mic. So I've created a new branch for sign up, sign in. It will be done by tomorrow. So can you please, if you guys are free, can you please check that and revert it back to me tomorrow?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I think you can create a work in progress PR as well.
Sorry.
Do you? You can create a pull request to develop.
Yeah, I have created a new branch, which is I think it's
Okay.
there. Feature structure is a new branch, and I have pushed the latest code which I have written. So
Okay.
you can check that. And I'm
Okay.
working on that branch right now. So uh,
Yeah. Sure. And I think maybe if you don't mind, we can do a few pairing sessions on
yeah, no
this
problem.
stuff, because
Just tell me that
yeah.
when you guys do.
What's your username on Slack?
I guess it's Siddhant 777.
777. Okay.
Yeah, let me check. I've already texted here also. Like 1 minute, I'll text. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, sure. Thanks. I will reach out to you for because I also got stuck on a few issues, and
Yeah, no problem. I have already I've already done one project in Elixir Phoenix, so
Oh, okay.
I can contribute as much as I can.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay, guys.
all right. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks.
See you
Yeah.
next
So
time.
maybe that's it for today, and yeah, sure. See you next time.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.